What's up, Facebook? Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Facebook family.
We
Happy
live.
Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday. Happy
Hey,
Sunday.
YouTube family.
Sunday. Got my half hood, half holy shirt on with my
And I'm rocking the Best Shoe Clinic logo.
Yep. And then I got the little hoodie. God got my back.
Yeah.
And
That's
I've
from
been getting
the.
multiple compliments already. So
That's what's up.
yep.
So y'all know that's from the Too Fab to Fade.
Yep.
Y'all go on to the Best Shoe Clinic 2025 and find the Too Fab to Fade apparel. Okay. Well, once it's live on here, then I can.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah. So y'all go on that and look at the apparel. Yeah. So we got a couple coworkers that asked me about the drip, so I'm gonna give them business cards so they can.
Oh
they can
yeah.
go out
We
here.
about to make some more of that. So that's what you rocking all the time.
Yep. And a couple people in church. Also, was I like that.
I mean, we used to do that though, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Like I used to have nothing but
Yeah.
everything I wore was Too Fab to Fade and stuff that we made. Need to get back into that again.
Yeah. Get back into that. How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a great weekend. We are here in the building with the Inspirational Talk tonight, the J&V podcast. And so, yeah. So here we are. We're going to have a great conversation. Going to be some transparency, some, might make you cry a little bit, but we'll keep you inspired and motivated at the same time. You know how we do. But yeah,
It is Inspirational
it's Inspirational
Sunday.
So that's a good thing. And she's just sharing it out to the Facebook family.
Yeah.
Hope y'all having a blessed weekend. Hope y'all having a blessed Sunday. I know the dread is like, oh God, tomorrow's Monday. The weekend that never lasts long, but listen, at least you can have a job where you can pay your bills and, buy your toiletries. How old people say, well, at least you got money to buy your toiletries.
Hey, that matters.
Matters.
That's big. When you can wipe your behind and you can, brush your teeth and wash your, wash everything.
All the secret places.
Yeah, even washing your clothes.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, yeah.
That's a big blessing. So
it really is.
You can be able to put food on your table. That's always a big blessing. So, hey, Ashton, how you doing?
Hey, Ashton.
I'm good. Hope you doing well. We're praying for you on the surgery and stuff, and definitely gonna reach out to you. Just been super busy between working mandatory overtime and getting this book out. We've really been just pushing lately, but definitely want to connect with you. We here Inspirational Sunday. So we do it like we do every Sunday. She's just getting all the screens together so we can see ourselves.
Yeah.
We're so pretty. But yeah,
no.
Yeah. Facts. So we're gonna pray and then we're gonna get started. Father God, we just thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for this Inspirational Sunday. God, we thank you for just having a real conversation, God, working on ourselves and being inspired, God. We just pray that what we speak will help somebody. If it just helps someone, it's enough, God. We thank you. Amen.
Amen.
I was going to go through, bless my mama, bless my car, but I was like, man.
Yeah, bless it all. Bless it all. Hey, Kelly. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Kelly. So, yeah. We're going to be connecting with you real soon, too, Kelly.
Yes,
so we can,
real soon. And your shirt is out, by the way, so you should be receiving it sometime this week. Cool.
That's what's up. Yay. So, we're going to talk about, we're going to get to it because sometimes we be waiting, So, we got our people on, a couple people on. We waiting 20 minutes before we get started,
Yeah. I mean, Wednesdays are a little different, but Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
You're going to have to play catch up a little bit.
We ain't trying to go to 10.
No, not today.
Not on a Sunday. So,
not today.
So, but yeah, we're going to be talking about time. Right. We're going to be talking about time. This is something that God put on my heart. I guess God put on our heart too.
Yeah, which was so crazy because he hit me up and was like, this is what I want to talk about today. And I just started crying because I was like, wow, when I woke up, that's exactly what God put on my heart as well. It's time. So, yeah.
Time. So, just, and like I said, I'm going to do a little intro. Then I want to jump to what she brought up some great points, and I wanted to bring that out. But on the intro about time, right? We always talking about money and everything else. Oh, we need this. We need business. We want to do this. We want to have these goals. But the greatest asset is time, right? Because if you don't have the time, how are you going to obtain the goals? If you don't have the time, having the money without the time still, is like, I guess somebody had brought this up. Like, yeah, you can win $1 million, but if you win $1 million and you're going to pass away the next day or the same day you win it, then what's the point?
Yeah, you're out of time.
Yeah. So you can, it's like, I watch these movies where, I forgot what movie it was. It's like, where they have these wishes, right? And then you have these wishes and you get stuff. But it's always some type of like twist. And then it's
a
like,
catch to it.
That was a catch. It's like, yeah, I want all this money, but now I'm about to, I'm getting chased by some
I lost
gunman.
my soul.
Yeah.
I lost,
Yeah, and it's like, and then you like, oh man, the trade-off ain't worth it.
Right.
And people like, I think we put some emphasis, and I do too. I'm like, I want to hit these goals, but I realized the reason why I want to hit goals because my time management was terrible. And the reason why my time management was terrible is not just the managing of the time, is that the fact that I was managing little time, because. Like I was telling her, I was giving time away to everything. Yeah. The toxic jobs, the toxic relationships, the depression, the loneliness, and I thought about it when we say like, when we say morning time or nighttime or bedtime, we put the name before time to really tell you what time we blocking out for what, right? So, this is bedtime, this is nap time. Your mom, back in the day, your mom like, nap time to go to sleep. Well, something,
Well, you put on a schedule, right?
Exactly.
So everything, every time of the day has it's filled in for a reason.
For a reason, right? And so, but a lot of times we thinking it's rest time, and because we're stressing, it's more stress time than rest time. Yeah. Or we think it's bedtime, but because of loneliness, it's lonely time. We up good depressed, and we're not in sleeping and resting because we renamed our time. And I was thinking about how like politicians say they're reclaiming their time. Right.
Yeah. Time is currency that gets easily wasted, is what Kelly said.
Exactly. No,
so
perfect. And that's what I was realizing. Politicians a lot of times in Congress, they'll say, hey, I'm reclaiming my time, because you have to reclaim your time. And what I was doing, I was like, okay, I'm not having enough time to invest. I'm not having enough time for me because I'm constantly trying to manage toxic connections, right? A toxic job. I was telling her, a toxic job, you think you're good because you're working 8 hours a day, but you realize it's taking more time than that because you're stressing. You don't know what they're going to do. The environment's toxic. So you come home and you still got to detox. It's still kind of integrating into or get like, put into your regular life on your personal time because of the residual effects of that toxic job or a toxic relationship. Like, oh, well, we going out, Yeah, y'all went out, but y'all had an argument. So now you home, and now you can't sleep. So now it's taking up more time, and it's eating up your time away. And then now you can't
so many
rest.
things are such a waste. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
All those little staying, in those toxic relationships and having to have the fights and wasting the time, having to feel this way and feel that way and be heard and, be understood. And, it's such a waste. It's a waste of your time. And so, like you said, it's still in your time. Yeah. And essentially still in your joy.
Still your joy. And so I was thinking about, like, with the book, we've been encouraging people to get the book. We've been encouraging people to read the book, go through the book. Mm-hmm. But the book is really about healing because when you heal, you start reclaiming your time back.
Yep.
You start reclaiming your time because it takes time to deal with a beast. It takes time to eradicate the beast. It takes time to just entertain a beast. It takes up a lot of time and energy. Mm-hmm. And when you start really healing and eradicating your beast, I feel like it's the benefit of, but you get healed, but you also get your time, the time that you've been wasting. So now you got time to actually love yourself, time to actually go on trips, time to actually invest in life. And so she brought us some things about, man, you brought up a lot of good things about the cocoon, about time, and I kind of want her to kind of jump in. And
well, I guess like my first question is, do you believe in love? Like, do we believe in love?
Yeah.
Do you believe in love?
Yeah. Totally.
And I guess my next question is kind of like, what does love look like, for you? Because I believe in love, but I believe in love in action. They always say, oh, it's two different types of love, right? There's being loved and being in love. But really, for me, the two types of love is the feeling, of love, and the action of love. Because you can feel in love, but feelings are, emotions, and emotions change, which means, I can be so in love with you today, but I can be so, not loving you tomorrow. So they can be fleeting if it's not followed up by action. If you're not actually showing me how you love me, showing me that you love me, doing things, taking out the trash, picking up your clothes, like just all the little things that people show you, setting up the dinner dates, taking the time to send me, good morning, good afternoon. I hope you're having a great day. Like those are action things, right? So that was kind of like my first thing in time and loving and actionable love and taking the time to actionably love you. Love yourself. Taking the time to sit down with the book. Because I actually learned something by listening to Mel Robbins, which is a podcast. And she was talking to a scientist, of all people, like a scientist. And they had some, he had some tidbits on there. And he was like, the one thing that actually across the board for people that are healing, that works. There's one thing that is universal for people that are healing that actually works, which is journaling. Writing things down, taking the time to, tell yourself how you feel. But it is the one thing that people don't do. Yeah. It is one thing that people don't actually take the time to do, to actually help themselves. And that kind of is where our workbook, it's like we want to give a sense of urgency, which is time, right? We want to give a sense of urgency, but actually showing that self-love, actionable love to ourselves, and actually having the time to journal, because that's what it's a workbook. It is a journal. There are things in there that, we self-reflect. It's self-care, self-help, healing, going on that healing journey, that healing process, and taking the time to actually do it. Yeah. And so that kind of leads into like my other I love butterflies. For whom of you don't know. Like, I love butterflies. And I've always loved that it's like, some people might think caterpillars are cute, but, I think they're kind of creepy and ugly. And, some of them are pretty, but, it's not as pretty as the butterfly, right? So, but it's taking something ugly that turns into something beautiful, taking something that's totally unlike anything that it turns into.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why, I've always I don't know, that's like my spiritual animal, I think, or something. But I love butterflies. And, I woke up and I just started studying this morning, and I ran across a word that I've never heard before. We all know metamorphosis, right? Like how the caterpillar metamorphosizes into the butterfly. But I ran across the word metamorphia.
Okay.
And metamorphia is actually for us. It's actually for the human being. Because we do the same thing that the butterfly does.
Okay.
Because we're children, right? We're kids. We're being groomed by our parents. Then we're teenagers and we go through all of those different stages. And then we're like young adults, and we go through that whole transformative stage. And then kind of like where I am, in all transparency, is going into that cocoon stage. So we've been the caterpillar, we've grown, we've eaten all the leaves, we've, been on all the trees and different things, been on the different flowers. And now here we are, at the age of 40. And now we're in a cocoon. And
right.
So this is the part where it is that people kind of pass over.
Yeah.
Is the cocoon part. Because you just think, okay, caterpillar, cocoon, oh, now it's a butterfly. But it actually took a minute for that caterpillar in that cocoon, which is actually called a chrysalis for us. We go into like a chrysalis, which is us taking the time to heal, us blocking out everything else, us journaling, coming to ourselves, relearning ourselves, rewiring the brain. All those traumas, all those triggers, working through all of those barriers to actually break free, to become the butterfly. And we kind of always just glaze over the whole cocoon part. And that's where really like eradicating the beast for me sits at. It's in that cocoon part. It's in that chrysalis. It's in taking that time so that we no longer are wasting that time. We no longer are chasing to be the best at this, to be the best at that, to all these things that we're putting our time into and wasting that energy in. Because it takes 6 weeks. It seems like a really long time for an insect, for a caterpillar to be inside that cocoon. Yeah. But it's actually melting down. It's actually repositioning bones to even become this beautiful butterfly. So for us to actually take that time to really melt down, to really relearn who we are, what we actually want to be, who we actually want to be, make those choices, because they're choices.
No, facts.
We all have choices, and you choose to be who you are. You choose the rooms that you sit in. and take that, reclaim, like he was saying, reclaim that time, reclaim who you are, empower yourself, and let yourself know, I'm meant to sit in this room. I'm okay. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is who I choose to be. This is where I want to be. Whatever my mama and daddy said, I don't have to do that anymore. Whatever that girlfriend, boyfriend said, I don't have to choose that anymore. I don't have to be there anymore. Like, I choose to rewire, rethink, and make different choices for myself, and actually take that time within that cocoon to transform into that butterfly. And that is what eradicating the beast is. When we get in that cocoon and we are identifying that beast, we're going through, and what's the next chapter of the book? So we're identifying the beast.
Yeah, identifying the beast.
And then we're...
You testing my old age.
So we're identifying, we're hunting, we're conquering, like we're going through all of the stages of eradicating the beast. To actually become the best versions of ourselves. And actually sitting with ourselves, being real with ourselves. Because I think that's the biggest thing, is we still try to lie to ourselves. We still try to tell ourselves we good. We still try to tell ourselves, oh no, I'm ready. We still try to tell ourselves, that whatever it is that you still telling yourself, that you really know in the back of your mind, like, I'm really not there yet. I'm really still feeling like I'm not enough. I'm really still feeling like I don't deserve to sit in this room. I'm really still feeling like, I'm chasing this and that, and I know I shouldn't be chasing, but, I'm just, it's what you're used to, right? But reclaiming it, reclaiming your power, reclaiming your time, and really taking the time. Stop glazing over the chrysalis. Stop glazing over the cocoon part and just trying to, from caterpillar to butterfly. No, you're missing a whole piece in there. The most important piece, the metamorphia piece, the chrysalis piece, the eradicating the beast piece. Because I guarantee you there's something in there that needs to be rewritten. There's something in there that needs to be untriggered. There's something in there that needs to be healed. The little girl in you, the little boy in you, somewhere needs to be healed from something that is holding you back from reaching that particular goal, reaching that particular stage in your life, making the money you want to make, living the dream that you want to dream, completing the book, completing the movie, like all of the different dreams that we have. Like, what is it? And I just, I proposition you today to take the time, take the time to sit with you, take the time to be real with you, take the time that you need to heal, reclaim your time, and stop wasting your time, and choose to be different. Choose to be the best version of yourself. And join in the community that we're building that is judgment free. And we out here doing the same thing. We out here having the same conversations. Because that talk, that chatter that be going on in my head, I'm not the only one.
No, fact.
Promise I'm not the only one.
Seriously.
That is devil and, angel on the shoulder. Like,
No, for sure. I want to shout out a couple of people.
Oh, okay.
On Facebook. I think Aston, Laquita.
Oh, hey, Laquita.
Kim. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Want to shout
Kim,
out.
Kim?
No, this is another Kim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. not the Kimberly we know, but it's
Okay.
another Kim. But thank y'all for watching. That means a lot. But yeah, I mean everything she said, and why I'm quiet because it hits home. You know, I think
Thank you, Kelly.
the cocoon, the taken at that time. I think, you know, sometimes I know with me, I lose patience, right? Because I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the end game. I'm like, I deserve it. I want this, and so, you know, you have a goal, and you just completely jump over steps and stages and processes because you want to be okay.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's like when you just say you've always been poor, right? And then you want to be rich. You just want to get the process of like a lottery. Not a lottery is, you just win the money. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of times the people that win the money like they lose it real quick because they didn't go through the process of becoming a millionaire.
Right. They didn't work for it.
Yeah,
it was just given.
They circumvented that whole process of becoming. You know, like a millionaire that's like a self-made millionaire. I'm not talking about somebody who's born into it, but a self-made millionaire, they went through processes and developments.
And they be so frugal.
Yeah. Oh, they'd be different. Self-made millionaires are totally different from someone that's born into it, that didn't have to work for it, or was given to them.
Oh, yeah.
And so the process that they go through, like just the maturity, the understanding, like you said, being frugal, knowing how to invest, knowing how to manage it.
Yeah.
There's life lessons you learn in becoming.
Oh.
But when you win something and somebody just give it to you,
yeah.
it's
so totally different.
You still miss out on the process. And I think with me just being transparent, I've been so caught up in trying to just get to the end game. Like, this is the life I want, that I have circumvented some of the process of the maturity that it takes to sustain what you have. And I think we can, because just be honest, if you got everything you wanted to right now without going through the process of the book, without going through that cocoon period, you will lose.
You lose it so quickly.
And you're gonna messing it up because you have not developed.
Yep.
Because you can't handle that level.
Yep.
And that's the thing. And then now you feel like you're in a room where you can't even sustain, and you get overwhelmed because now you have all the things that you feel like you wanted, but you
don't even know what to do with them now. Like, you
don't
even
developed.
know where to go with it because
Exactly.
you haven't, like you said, it hasn't been the process. You know, you haven't gone through the process. You haven't, like, we just sat here and had a whole business meeting before we even came onto the podcast, just so that we can get our marketing and advertising, you know, like, down.
Yeah.
And that's part of the process, right?
Process.
Like, that is part of how the business, you know, works. And if it was just given to us like overnight, we would be like, okay, well, like, what next?
Yeah, if
like,
somebody just dropped
it's like
in
a
our
deer in
lap.
headlights. Like, okay, well, what do we do next? Like, okay, well, we just finna go, you know. But that's how people lose their businesses and lose their money so quickly, because you're not working for it. You're not going through the process. You're not learning in the process.
So you mismanage it. You don't make the right decisions.
And it comes so easy, and it goes so easy.
Yeah, because you didn't work for it, and you didn't go through that. You didn't go through that process. You circumvented the process. Yeah. And so that's what this book is, Eradicating Beasts, is that process. That process of eradicating beasts, the process of healing, the process
of being uncomfortable.
The process of being
having to sit with yourself, having to be real with yourself, having to self-reflect, having to be true to who you really are in this moment. You know, and it's not all pretty.
Yeah. Because the thing about, like, well, I want a civilized place. I want a better place. Okay, you get in a better place, but you haven't evolved and you haven't matured. Now you mess it up. I think I talked about that with the children of Israel and the Promised Land, right? Mm-hmm. Why did they have to fight to get to the Promised Land? Because they had to develop. Yeah. They were slaves. They were slaves for so long that they had that same mentality. Mm-hmm. So, but slave mentality don't win wars. Nope. If you think you're not enough, if you feel like you're not strong enough, if you quick to allow somebody to overtake you, then you can't fight.
Yeah.
So what God said, I can't have them go into a promised land with a slave mentality.
Yep.
So what I have to do is I have to get them to fight, because if they fight and win, that gives them a confidence, and that gets them out of the same mentality. Because you can't have a slave mentality and be a warrior.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why back in the day, they will honorable a way a warrior would die would be to die in battle, because so they won't be a slave.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, if you have a warrior's mentality, that kind of gets you out of the same mentality, because God wants you to have the maturity mentally and emotionally to be able to actually be at the promised land and sustain it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times because the whole point of a promised land is not I think people really think, and I'm speaking to myself right now, like she said earlier, the word is a two-edged sword. And so I'm speaking to myself too on this. God, it's good having a promised land, but that's not the biggest asset. It's the promised people.
That part.
And so I think with me, and just be transparent, I'm so caught up in like, I want this, I want that, I want to be here and here and here, and it's my life. And so you quick to try to obtain those things, but guess what? You don't match what you're trying to obtain, because you can have all the good, the right things, but if you're not right, and so you can have the promise, you can have the goals, you can hit the goals, but if your life is not promised, if you're not a promised people, if you haven't evolved,
right,
then you have things that you can't even match.
Right.
And that's what happens.
You just don't even be there yet. That's
there
what's
yet.
so important about that cocoon. Yeah. That's what's so important about sitting in that chrysalis. That's what's so important about self-reflection and having that healing and going through that process. Is so that, we've talked about this before, just like Robin Williams and so many others that have had it all. He's made some of the best movies. He's the funniest guy. He's the funniest person in the room. And he turned around and committed suicide because somewhere within him, he wasn't enough.
And they be having a relationship. They be having
you
women.
have it all. You got the kids. You got the money. You got the cars.
Access
you
to
got
fame.
the land. You have everything that you really, you could ever want.
All the stuff.
Physically. Yeah, but mentally,
you still not enough.
Where are you?
You know how the maturity level, you still broken.
It didn't match. Yeah. Somewhere in him, he was still broken.
Yeah, you can have all the things that look healed. Oh, I got the healed relationship. Yeah. I got the healed job. You can have all this stuff.
And people tell you, oh, y'all look so good together. Oh, you just doing your thing. Oh, but it's all a masquerade.
Yeah, and you can still be broken, and your brokenness will still... because now your level has changed, right? And so that pressure is even greater. So it exposes your brokenness. And so, the Bible, people like, oh, God won't put you more than you bear, but you can put on you more than you can bear.
Oh, yeah.
We put on stuff that we're not ready for, and we don't have the maturity to handle it. And it's like new wine into old wine skin. Mm-hmm. It's like you old wine skin, but you want a new relationship. You're old wine skin, but you want a new job. You're old wine skin, but you want a new business. But you're not evolving. So what happens is the wineskin breaks, and then the new wine is wasted. So both is damaged, and I think that's the danger in
lose.
Yeah, it's not staying in the cocoon, rushing the process.
Yeah,
and it's not about time; it's about quality. And even though we say it's time, it does take time, but in that time, it has to be quality time.
That part,
because time is I've been in the cocoon for 20 years, but you ain't doing nothing.
But why have you still been in the cocoon for 20 years?
But you haven't
because you haven't really sat with you. You haven't dealt with Yeah.
And so I think we talked about that, but I definitely want to do that where even though we wrote the book, right? We're going through the book ourselves, and that's the thing. So we're actually working on getting the actual physical copy of the book for us. And just be able to work through and even work through the digital download ourselves and literally work through it with you guys, right? Even though we wrote it, that's one. See, this is a perspective, right? You can be an author, but now you have to be you have these companies like, yeah, I'm the CEO, but I'm also the client,
Yeah.
I'm also the customer, but that's the thing.
It is. And you have to remain in all of those places.
Yeah, so there's a different perspective.
Yeah.
And so
we wrote it, but we're still students of it.
Yeah. So we're gonna be going through it with you guys. Like, so the ones I know, couple people that purchased Kelly. We had a guy in Australia, which is amazing. Purchased the book, which I didn't see that coming. That's a blessing. So we have people kind of working through it. So I'm gonna challenge myself to work through it too. To work through the questions, to work through the process, because because you wanna come out as a butterfly, but you don't want to come out too early, because I don't know what you're gonna be. You're gonna be some weird hybrid of.
You're going to be missing a
looking like a
wing.
mess.
You're going to be missing, an antenna somewhere.
Some gonna be looking weird.
Yeah, your nose going to be a little crooked.
It's gonna be off. And so,
but just making that choice, actually making that choice, and not only making the choice, but actually, like I said, actionable love. Love you enough to actually make the choice and live the choice. Actually do, put it in action. Don't just keep talking about it. Do it. Be the preacher that is actually following what he says, what he preaches, what she says, what she preaches.
No, you're right, totally. And I think sometimes we're rushing to get to the promised land. We're rushing to get to the goal because we feel like it's the fix. Like, well, if I get there, if I get the relationship, if I get, whatever, it fixes. But it doesn't. The cocoon is what fixes you. Yeah. Because you need to be transformed. Yeah. Because if you're not transformed, then you just you regular smuggler where you been.
Yeah. And honestly, you're still just taking all this old baggage into the new
old issues,
into this new era, and now it's gonna fall apart. Eventually, it's gonna fall apart. Like you said, it all ends up showing. It's gonna show. Like it's all gonna end up showing somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, it's gonna get exposed,
and it's
gonna get exposed. It's gonna take pressure, disagreement, something, and like what she was saying, like we was talking about love, and I think the biggest thing is we're. With me personally, I've trying to master love and master connection, and I have not mastered conflict. And so we do that. We want all the good feelings and the skipping and the Facebook acting up. Yeah. We want all that, right? Those benefits. But the conflict helps grow because the conflict is uncomfortable.
Yeah. The conflict is really kind of where it shows where you're healing, how far your healing has actually
and it makes
come.
It makes you uncomfortable, makes you look at yourself. Yeah. When you just like, oh man, if everything's rainbow and Skittles, you're not really you're not evaluating yourself.
You never evaluate. But if you're having conflict and be like, oh, well, this V would have did da-da-da-da-da, but today this V don't even do that. Yeah. This V reacts in a different way. This V actually communicates. Yeah. This V actually says something, or this V knows when to just close her mouth and step back, because that's what the situation may have, caused for. Whereas normally, I would have did da-da-da-da-da. And so it kind of shows you, how far you've come when you actually can have the hard conversations, when you can actually be, confronted and react in a different way than you would normally react.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I mean, she gonna have to get her own talk, because V is I mean, she on my level now. She gonna have me in tears, but no, it's the truth. I think the dangers in fantasy, and because we can get out of reality, right? Mm-hmm. And conflict and uncomfortable things make you sit in the reality of where you really are.
Yeah.
and when we ignore it, it doesn't go away. It just we kind of just put the rug over it.
Yeah.
And so what you don't want to do is put the rug over it with your goals and what you want to achieve, because people do, they're like, well, if I go to college and get my degree, that'll fix my depression. If I get in a relationship, that'll fix my depression, my issues, but it doesn't. And so what happens is you just kind of cover it up, and every time there's a conflict, every time there's an uncomfortable moment, it gets exposed.
Yeah.
And it's just damaging to do that. And so when she brought up the cocoon, it really it's something that scares me, because growing up I was always alone most of the time.
A lot of people are scared to sit with themselves because they're scared of kind of what I've said to you before, of going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know, feel like you're falling and you can't catch yourself, you know, like and you don't want to, you don't want to be alone. But that's the whole thing, is that just because you're sitting with yourself and you're taking accountability and, taking responsibility, doesn't mean that you're alone.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's the thing that what traps people. What trapped me was feeling like if I'm in my cocoon, I'm alone. If I'm in my cocoon,
you're trapped, you're triggered.
I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And then growing up, I've been by myself a lot, physically.
Right.
Emotionally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just sit in my room for hours because that's how my family life was set up. I couldn't talk in public. And so now when you tell me to sit in my cocoon, I'm a little triggered because I felt like growing up I've been alone. I've been in my head all the time. I've been in my imagination. I've been that kid that would just sit there quiet because I wasn't allowed to speak.
But that's the trauma part.
And that's the trauma thing.
This cocoon is different.
And that's the point.
You were pushed into that cocoon.
Yeah. And that's the point.
This cocoon,
and that's the point I'm
healing.
making. That's the point I'm making, is that because people probably like me in certain instances where is a trigger point because they feel like, well, I've been alone. I've been in this space, but this is different. This is, it's kind of like the story of Jose and Gomer, right? God had instructed Jose to marry a whoredom. What they call in the Bible, whoredom. They don't say hoe, they say whoredom. She was on a whoredom tree. I don't know if that's a word, but she was a whoredom.
Lush. That's what my grandma used to say. She's just a lush.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that.
Lush.
Yeah, she's a lady of the night.
Yeah.
And so God had instructed Hosea to marry her, right, to show the representation that the children of Israel had with God of their relationship. And what God did was, because she kept thinking all the things she was getting was from her lovers and not from her husband, so God isolated her. But he did it to heal her. Right?
Yep.
But when you first say isolate, I'm alone.
Yeah.
No, but it was literally, he did that to strip her down. And she had to see her wounds. She had to see the brokenness, so that he healed her.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the space that I've been running from, because I'm thinking, like she said, I was thinking it's the same as how I've been.
Yeah,
growing up, but it's totally different.
Yeah.
And I can't circumvent that because there's some wounds and there's some brokenness and there's some scars that I have to even heal from. Yeah. So then when I do get to the place God wants me to be, I'm healed, because I want to reflect. I don't want to be somewhere where I don't match.
Yeah.
It's like a mismatch.
Well, you don't want to reflect the trauma, do you? You don't want to reflect the triggered you. And then it's like, hold on, wait, what? I mean, I just said this and you going all the way left, You want to reflect the healed you. You want to be intentional in the cocoon, and again, the cocoon does not have to mean that you are totally alone. It's being in a community like with the Best You Clinic. It's putting yourself in wellness groups. It's putting yourself in coaching. It's putting yourself in therapy. Whatever is right for you to come to the healing process, the rewired process. Not all the time. It looks different for everyone. Your cocoon, it doesn't, every butterfly looks different. Every butterfly has different markings. Not one butterfly is the same. And it's the same for us, not one journey, not one process, not one, because like he was just saying, like, you are a lottery winner, and all of a sudden you went from having nothing to having everything. But even for me, okay, now my process may look different because, I don't want to just go out here and spend all of this money and lose all of this money now. But now I have to work backwards, right? Now I have all of this money. Now I have to figure out, what am I going to do with it? What are my choices going to be, and how I invest and how I move, But so instead of the process being, I had to work so hard to get it, now I got it. Now I'm going to work backwards so I can keep it. You know what I'm saying? So not every process is going to look the same. Your process and my process, totally different. My triggers and your triggers are totally different. So it's going to be different, but going through it. Actually doing it. Actually, going through the process. That's all that matters. Is that, that you go through the process, that you work, that you put in the work, and you go through the process so that you come out healed on the other end.
Don't cut corners.
Yeah.
Because when you cut corners, you doing a disservice to yourself.
To yourself, always. And to others in your life.
And in your future,
Yeah.
Because now you not giving people your best. And, we ain't trying to do that. We trying to be truly healed. We trying to be the best us. And so, so I encourage you to join the community, right? I encourage you to get the book, work through the book. Like, I got to listen. And I think people, and I want to talk about this real quick before we let y'all go. I think the assumption is when you write a book that you have arrived already. A lot of times people write the book because God has put it on their heart because it's something that they need to go through too. And so I'm not at a place where I'm like, I'm this, how some people do. They like, oh man, you follow him, he's perfect. He got $1 million cars and $1,000 suits, and his family, like, you got, and we see that we chase people like that. Sometimes they look like they have the perfect family and a perfect life. Yeah. And then you hear what on the news.
Then you find out,
like, oh,
he
man,
killed her, she killed him.
You be like, oh man, he beating her.
They had all their kids locked in rooms with chains on the refrigerator. Like, you never know what goes on behind closed doors. It's a masquerade.
It's a masquerade. So what I'm saying is, like, join the community because we going through it too. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna go through the questions. And not just from a teaching standpoint, but being a student of my own work. Yeah. So join us in this community, because that's what we want to do. We want to start meeting more. We want to start engaging with our community more.
No, we're going to.
Well, we're going to.
We don't even want to. We're going to. Yeah.
We're going to. Yeah, we're going to start doing that more. But just building a community where we going through these questions, we're going through these exercises. We're putting some action behind our words, behind what we've written. No, for sure.
And so that we can actually build a community, and y'all can do it right along with us, because like you said, we wrote it, but I've been going through the first part forever since we wrote it. Like, I haven't even made my way all the way through. Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Kelly is a testament to our book. She was actually the first person who bought it. Yeah. And she just wrote a statement saying the workbook is very reasonable. Yeah. It's basically the price for the 2 for $20 at Applebee's plus tax. Yep. Look at that. $24.44. That's all it costs.
And y'all still spend money at Applebee's.
Yep. And I like what she said too. I want to go back up to what Kelly said. She said in Romans 12:2, don't conform, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah.
Like, that gave me goosebumps, literally.
No.
Like, you know, don't conform.
Yeah. No.
Be transformed.
Yeah.
And that's by renewing your mental. You know, like, it starts with you.
Yeah, facts.
And you making the choice. You even making the choice to be in the cocoon, you know, and to heal those triggers and those traumas and those wounds.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. I think that's the thing. Like, she's definitely stronger in that area than me. 'Cause listen, I'll jump ship in a minute. But, you know, God is working on me. But I'll tell you the biggest thing that when she was talking about being transformed is that a lot of times we want to transfer life, but we need to be a transformed person.
Yes.
We like, oh, I want my money to be transformed. I want the job to be transformed. I want the relationship to be transformed. But you need to be transformed first.
Yeah. None of that can be transformed unless you are.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna be right. So that's what we're gonna do. Like, we're doing it now. Like, she's been going through the book. I'm gonna start going through the book. And yeah, we definitely want to just build this community, and because I think, and I think that's thing that I think I sometimes measure success wrong by sometimes we measure success wrong, and I'm putting myself in that category too. Is that we measure success about like how much money a person made, the relationship status, all this other stuff, but we don't realize that a lot of people be there and be broken, still be depressed, still, you know what I mean? You just don't know it. Ain't nobody who gonna say, "Oh yeah, I got this money," but man,
I mean, it like kind of
I'm
like what
struggling.
we said. It shows at some point. Look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett,
bro.
When he slapped Chris Rock, it showed. It showed across the world.
Yeah.
The kink in their relationship. Yeah. The kink in that chain in him, that he was broken, he was hurting. Yeah. Somewhere for you to walk up on stage at the Oscars, live on TV.
And the night you win a 1-2 and you're the biggest star in Hollywood.
When you have
everything to lose.
He was broken, but in a healed place, it was a joke anyway.
Yeah. That triggered.
But it triggered him in the moment.
It triggered him, and he had all the money,
so
the fame,
much.
And you know, come on, Will Smith. You know, he can get probably any woman, caliber woman he wants.
They'd be fine. Both of them would be fine. They kids grown, like, you know.
Kids rich, like they got. I mean,
they fine. They would be fine.
They do whatever they want to do with their money. They can go wherever they want to go. They can buy an island if they wanted to, and he still had that issue, and that's what I'm saying.
It triggered him to the point where it showed the whole world that he was broken in that moment.
He's hidden his trauma over the years.
Exactly.
And he works really hard to cover it up. But even him, he wasn't healing from it.
You can't cover it because that's what happens.
Yeah, when you cover it up.
You got it all. Because he could have actually lost a lot. He's really lucky and blessed that he hasn't. And I don't wish ill will on either one of them, you know, but he could have lost a lot in that moment, the way that he did things. And trust me, you will lose by always acting that way. Reacting that way, you know, and having bad behavior in that way, like, you will lose. He could have lost his relationship. He could have lost sponsorships. He could have lost movies. You know, he could have lost so much.
It's a lot.
You know, and you will lose so much if you don't heal and constantly, like he said, putting the rug over it. Just keep throwing the rug over it. Like he said, he was covering it up, and he had to work and spend all that energy and all that time covering it up instead of just healing.
Yeah. All the celebrities that
So it doesn't have to be covered up.
Yep. All the celebrities that cope with sex, all the celebrities
it almost feels like you're living a lie, right?
No, you are.
Like,
you completely are.
And that takes a lot of time, guilt, shame, and energy, because you're not really choosing you.
No, you're not.
You're choosing to put another face on. You're choosing to be
work
someone
so hard
different.
to cover it
Yeah.
up. So you motivated out of the fact that you don't want people to see your trauma, but you're not
I think he
from
is
it.
on suspension from the Oscars. Yeah, I think
Yo, yeah, he is. You're not healing from your trauma, and I think this is what the cocoon is. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Go through this book while you're in the cocoon, so you can heal. So when you start getting a relationship, you start get the life you want. You actually can manage it.
You
and
can
be a
manage
good
it.
steward.
You can be happy. You can be at peace.
Yeah.
You can have the hard conversations and know how to, move within them. You can, even like we're trying to teach, even teaching others how to be healed, what healed looks like, even for you guys who have children, showing them it's not too late, showing them what healed looks like, even with some of us who have, parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers who are still not healed. But showing them and being big enough to be the better person and showing them what healed looks like.
And it's very hard to manage and try to help people get healed and manage heal people, and you're not healed.
You're not healed. Say that again.
And parents, a lot of parents, a lot of people do that, is where they try to tell their kids, oh, this is what it is to be healed, and they're not healed.
Yeah.
And then the kids usually reflect in who they really are.
Yeah.
And expose it, because you're like, well, I don't know why these rich kids having so many problems, because their parents have problems.
Yeah.
And you don't see it. You just see the money and the fame. Well,
you just see what they put in front of you. You don't see what's going on. No, they don't. If you see North with Kim Kardashian, if you see Kourtney Kardashian's son and how she had to ban him from being on social media for a while because he was feeling a certain way about her new marriage and how they were acting and portraying themselves on social media and saying it. To the world,
kids don't care. Kids
and again,
don't know how to front and fake it, and put on. They gonna just give you the real story, and you don't know. And you be thinking, oh, everything's good.
It's a generational issue.
It'd be abuse. It'd be a lot of stuff. So that's why,
it's worth it. It's worth it to take the time to heal. It's worth it not to create those generational beasts.
Can't cut corners.
And
can't cut corners.
You just can't.
It ain't worth it.
Because you will be the lady of the night. You will be, where he will sit you down.
Yeah.
He will strip you down.
Yeah.
I just been there. He will sit you down. He will strip you down. He will take everything from you.
Yeah.
And you will have to learn again. You will have to rebuild and be healed.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it.
Yeah, facts.
To be free.
Facts. Yeah, facts. So so how would they go through the process of doing that?
So to buy the book, and by the way, an audio version will be out soon as well, so that you can listen to it. It can just be in your ears all the time, anytime you want to hear it.
Ready to sleep or wake up.
Yeah.
Anytime.
But you can go to www.thebestyouclinic2025.com.
Yeah.
It is right there on the front page. You just scroll down one click and you can see it. There's a little excerpt out of the book there. The book is right next to it. Add it to the cart. It's $24.44. No tax added. It's straight up $24.44. Like she said, it's a 2-for-1 at Applebee's. It's a tank of gas. Like, you're worth it. Take the time to sit and go through it and really self-reflect and uncover those barriers that have been holding you back, from having the greatest relationship, from having peace, from having a really good job, from whatever it is, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, like really just the self-reflection and being happy and becoming the best version, of you and empowering, empowering yourself.
And just food for thought, sometimes the type of job and type of things happen is a reflection of you, and because the reason why I say that is because if you don't take that the time to invest, a lot of times it messes up your confidence, and you'll put yourself in toxic situations because you don't value yourself, because you haven't taken that time to be in a cocoon. And so some things you're dealing with is simply a result of you not taking that time and really working on you. And so it stops you from even getting to certain places and certain arenas because you haven't worked on you. And so
you keep making those same choices or those bad choices or those survival mode choices that aren't typically the best choices either.
We get stuck in these patterns.
Yeah.
You know, I hear people like, man, I keep getting into abusive relationships. I keep going to dead end jobs. I keep going to toxic jobs.
It's kind of like, but why?
I keep going to churches that are hurt. And it's like, but what's the common denominator? Why do you keep you get 5 different marriages? You know what I mean? You keep going to abusive relationship where you're getting physically and verbally abused.
And what is the common denominator you keep saying is you?
Yeah, it's you. And so,
you.
Because when you a certain way, like abusive people,
prey
they
on
target.
that.
They target if they see you easy to abuse.
They see you coming.
Yeah.
They see you coming.
So that's why I'm going through the book, because I realize even with me, like I don't like dealing with conflict a lot of times, because I've dealt with so much conflict growing up. You know, I'm just been through the roof of conflict, you know. And so, but that's something I have to work on. So me going through the book for me is going to really help me identify some of the things that I've been doing that has been linked me up to beasts, getting me to toxic jobs. You know what I mean? And really doing the work for me so that I can break those negative patterns. Because at the end of the day, I want to be healed. I want to be healed. I want all of us to be healed, like really healed. And I mean, you know, we say we're going through healing, but I mean, like you said, to a point where you
see the healing. Yeah. You see the other side. Yeah. You see what you used to be versus who you are now. Yeah. And even because we were even talking about, you know, your music one podcast, like, you know, someone that hadn't seen you for a while or heard you play for a while, and they've seen how far you've come. Yeah. You know, and you didn't even notice.
I didn't even know it was that far.
You know, to actually have someone else reflect on you and let you know you've come a long way. Like, that's what you want. And that's what we're building. You know, that's what we're doing for ourselves. And that's the community that we're building. Like he said, we're going to start having live events, in-person events, building up this community.
So we all going to be healed.
Yes, that we see that will help so many, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is, you know, like-minded people going through this healing journey and this healing process, being around each other and having a community, knowing that you're not alone, knowing you're not the only one, knowing you're not by yourself, you know, knowing you're not the only one sitting up here having all the negative talk and the back and forth and the yo-yo of it all. And I'm having a hard one today, and actually being able to reach out and be like, you know what? Like we were kind of, you know, saying it's like, you know, AA, you know, like, but AA you have a group, right? You have a community. You have someone, you have a sponsor that you can call and be like,
talking through things.
I'm going through it today. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it today. I need to hear you say, yes, you can today, you know, and that's what it's all about, that you're not just stuck in that cocoon. You know, you're going through the healing process, but you're not by yourself.
Because other people in the cocoon.
Yeah. Yes.
There's other people in the cocoon.
You're not the only one.
And it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it. You want to be enough, right?
Yeah.
You want to be more than enough. We say in the Bible, oh, you know, we're in the head and not the tail. But are you?
But
just because you say it
don't mean it's true.
But if you ain't living like you the head, you can say, oh, no, I'm the head and not the tail. But if you living like a tail and you know what I mean? If you say you more than a conqueror and you saying it and that sounds good, but are you living like you're more than a conqueror? Mm-hmm. Are you making decisions like you're more than a conqueror?
Yeah.
Are you picking jobs like you're more than a conqueror?
Yeah.
Are you dealing with toxic people?
Yeah.
Because if it ain't reflecting, You're more than a conqueror. I don't care how much you speak it.
Yeah.
You gotta live like
You
you're
gotta
more than a
start making
conqueror.
the choices to live like you're more than a conqueror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with me, because I'm always the hit thing. I can preach with the best of them, but at the end of the day, it's my life reflecting
Yeah.
what I'm preaching.
Am I making the choices to put myself in the rooms that
exactly.
I can, yeah.
And it's not just about this. People always stick with the sin stuff. It's not even just that. It's how you're managing your life, how you
showing
your
up
life,
for yourself.
showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Because we always talk about, well, God this. What about you?
Yeah, because
God,
he gives you choices.
He give you free choice. And if you treating yourself like you're not enough, and you go, this girl gonna treat me, she need to treat me like, you don't treat yourself like you're enough.
Yeah. Well, they say you got to be a dime to get a dime.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the reason I said that's the whole reason why I was asking the question about love. Do you love yourself enough to show up for yourself and have actionable love, not emotional love? Because emotional love is the yo-yo. You love yourself 1 minute, you hate yourself the next, but the actionable love, to show up for yourself even when it's hard, to show up for yourself even when you're talking negative, to show up for yourself even when everybody else is talking negative, that you're still showing up for yourself, that it's always an action that you're putting forth for you and showing yourself love no matter what.
Yeah. Your actions for you. So yeah, you can't just, it's like when you try to fall in love and you saying all the words, but actions speak louder than the words. So what are you asking for yourself? 'Cause you can say you love yourself, but if you're not staying in a cocoon, then are you really loving yourself?
Yeah.
All right. So so go to the Best You Clinic 2025.
2025.
Guys, get the
and get on YouTube.
We got everything on. We got the clothes, we got the books, we got Serum of Life, we got the music. Man, we're building community. Go through the book with us. Like, we would love, honestly, we would love, once we get some of y'all together, we would love to, start connecting, working through this book together with you guys. So,
it's coming. It's coming soon.
Y'all buy the book. Even if you have it, buy it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Come on. Your homegirl got some issues. She got.
You don't even have to question it. Like,
everybody has
issues. So for some reason or another, this book can help you, even if it's just for the journaling piece, even if it's just for, them to wake up in the morning. It's the first thing that they do is to go through, read an excerpt, answer some questions, just to feel better about yourself and have that reflection with yourself. Like, it's just a good practice, coming from a healed place.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it. Join me.
Yeah. Join us.
Join us in this community. Guys, man, this has been amazing. Y'all been on here. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kim, Laquita, Ashley, for watching.
Yeah.
Y'all also amazing on Facebook. Definitely come to YouTube. The water is warm. It's not too cold. YouTube, the Best You Clinic, 2025 on YouTube. And start joining us on the live, because we get real inactive on YouTube. Oh yeah, we gotta get the Barbie doll the book.
Yeah, she said that did Brooke. It was Brooke and
dang it.
I was Brooke. What was your name? Stacy. Yeah. Hey, Miss Stacy.
Yeah, Brooke and Stacy.
Yeah. Stacy, did you get the book, Stacy?
Girl, I need to. Because this joker right here get on my last nerve.
We said we needed to bring that back. We're going to bring it back. We weren't getting as many views with them.
I think we got to do like a dance challenge.
We've got to do some viral things.
So we get more attention to it.
Or if y'all have, something that y'all want to see, from us, or if y'all have questions, please.
Get on there and like the stuff and kind of help us share it.
Yes.
We trying to get the algorithm.
Right, we're trying to get the algorithm down, and certain things are moving forward with it, and certain things just are not.
But we building, we sticking to it. So love you guys. We're gonna pray like we do. Pray in. We're gonna pray out. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you because honestly, you helping us get our healing even when our lives and these moments. I just I'm thankful for the hard conversations. I'm thankful for the healing process. I'm thankful that everyone that's listening and the people that will listen will get inspired to get the book, to go through the process with us, join us in the process of eradicating the beast and get into our healed place. God, we thank you in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, love you guys. Thank y'all both, Facebook and YouTube, for being amazing.
Thank y'all
for watching us, for jumping in, and yeah.
And we will see y'all on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm about to say Sunday, but Wednesday for our Hump Day Bash. All right. Bye, Kelly. Have a great night. She said, "Bring the Barbie dolls back."
Okay, we got you. We got you, girl. All right. Bye.
Oh, I'm up here. I'm trying to be down there. I'm up here.